Hello, good morning. My name is Evgenia Kantor, and I'm going to teach you today how to prepare for writing in academic IELTS for task 2. Task 2, as you know, probably is an essay, and you probably remember that it is one of the most difficult tasks for most candidates, for most IELTS candidates. First of all, I would like you to understand that and to remember that we do two tasks for academic IELTS. We do two writing tasks. One of them is a description of a graph, and the other one is an essay that we're going to discuss today. So first of all, you need to answer yourself two questions. First of all, what type of essay do I need to write? Then how many words do I need to write? And how much time do I have for this? First, we're going to look at the type of essays that you may have. The first type of essay that you are going to have is an essay in which you need to analyze problems and solutions. You can see an example of this kind of task. Look at this, please. Since the beginning of the 20th century, child obesity has been increasing in many countries around the world. The question is, what problems are associated with the issue, and what are some possible solutions? You need to write at least 250 words. So you need to think about this problem. You need to point down some problems, and you need to develop them. Yeah, suggesting solution, several solutions actually, not one, and compare them. So this is one type of essay. So you have a problem, and you need to suggest solutions. Another type of essay is you just need to express your point of view. Very often it is connected with just the question, to what extent do you agree or disagree with this opinion? So, for example, children who are brought up in families that do not have large amounts of money are better prepared to deal with the problems of adult life than children brought up by wealthy parents. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this opinion? Again, you need to analyze the statement and specify whether you agree or disagree with this opinion. It doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree, but you need to choose just one standpoint. Either you agree or you disagree, it's better, and then to write. Of course, you can also say that you partly agree, partly disagree. This is also possible, but this is a bit harder to structure. Now, another type of an essay is cause and effect. So nowadays, look at this. Nowadays, the sense of community is weakening in many countries. Why might this be? And what are the effects of lack of community feeling? Right, let's 250 words. So cause and effect. Yeah, you have a certain statement, and there are some results, and you need to analyze these results and explain why they occur. So this is one thing you need to understand. So sometimes you also need to compare and contrast some opinions, but very often it is part of expressing a point of view. How many words do you need to write? You need to write at least 250 words. This is the minimum, the absolute minimum. If you write 245 words, 249 words, you'll be penalized. Your mark won't be high. You can write as many words as you like, but that should be more than 250. Every word counts. And but prepositions, everything counts. How much time do you have for this? You have 40 minutes. It includes everything. You have 40 minutes during which you need to read the task, understand the task, identify what you need to do, write a short plan, which nobody is going to read, but you need to begin with the plan, and then to write your essay and to leave at least 5 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes to look through it, to read it, to check, and to correct your mistakes. Okay? Okay, so now let us go to how it is marked. When you write, when you know what to write, you need to clearly understand how it is going to be assessed, how it's going to be marked. What will you get for what? So the first one is task achievement. And this means that you need to write about the topic. You need to do what you are asked. You need to include what you are asked to include. If you are asked to justify your opinion, you need to justify your opinion. So this is task achievement. Then the next part is what they call coherence and cohesion. It means logical organization. good structure and good paragraphing. So you need all your, the whole essay should be divided into clear paragraphs. Each, okay, there must be an introduction and a conclusion. And the conclusion should be logical and clear from the whole text. The whole text should be clearly paragraphed, and the main body must consist of paragraphs, and each paragraph in the main body must have a topic sentence. With after the topic sentence, there must be some clarification of your idea. Then there must be some examples, some proof, and then you go to the next idea. Okay, so that's the organization. Another group of criteria is lexical resource. So how good your vocabulary is important. Whether you use a wide variety of expression, not just repeat the same words. You should not quote or you should not use phrases from the task. You need to rephrase them. So your lexical resource should be wide. It is important to use correct collocations and the vocabulary appropriate for the task. Okay. And of course, you need to use correct spelling and correct word forms. Then grammatical range and accuracy, of course, is also included. And that means that you should use correct grammar. Your mistakes should be very few, if at all. And you need to include a range of more advanced structures. Such structures are the passive voice, of course, or the complex sentences, relative clauses, probably inversion, if appropriate. Then, okay, some conditional, the subjunctive mood, and so on. So these are the marking criteria. Okay. And now we're going to proceed. We're going to discuss each group of criteria in more detail. Okay. So here are the questions that you need to answer. When we talk about task achievement, the first group of criteria, task achievement, task response. So you need to answer yourself the following questions. Have you included all parts of the task? Is there anything missing, which shouldn't be, or is everything there? Then, have you written at least 250 words? Then the next one is your opinion clear from the text? And are the conclusions clear? Are they expected? And have you justified your opinion with some examples? Examples, it could be your own experience, could be something you read from books, from articles, and so on. Yeah. Okay, so in coherence and cohesion, when you check that you've written the right type of essay, you need to check whether your text is clearly paragraphed. Then whether you need to check there is a clear structure with an introduction, main body, and conclusion. Then that each paragraph in the main body has a topic sentence, and that certain linkers, like however, moreover, also are used appropriately. Okay, your opinion again should be clear, and the conclusion should be clear. And you need to justify your opinion with examples. Now, another group of criteria is lexical resource. And again, you need to ask yourself, have I used a wide range of vocabulary? Then, are there any mistakes in spelling? If there are, I need to correct them. Then, have I used appropriate collocations and word combinations? Yeah. And have I used any less common basic words and expressions, which should be there if you want to get a higher score? As for grammar, you need to check that all of the sentences are grammatically correct. You need to check that everything is easy to understand despite the mistakes. That you've used many complex structures, and that your punctuation is correct. So if we try to put it in a nutshell, you would say that it is clarity. Okay, and in our next seminar, we're going to practice this. Thank you for attention.